Got it.
I feel like I'm like a girl in a bubble here because you were kicking off your radio tour and you were stopping by your favorite radio station in Windsor.
That's
And
it. I was on my way.
I know, and I was too ill to, so now I feel like it's like you would have been right here. You would have been right there, Andrew. But now we're doing an old Zoom, and that's okay too. As long as we can talk, that's all I care about. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Honestly, it's nice that we had the option to be in person. I feel like that's what counts.
Yes, no kidding. You would have been my first artist since 2019, maybe early 2020. So I was
Damn.
disappointed. I was disappointed.
Well, we'll make up for it, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
we will. We will. And I wish it was in person because you know me, we would have done so many fun things.
Yeah, it would have been great. Tinfoil hats, some weird elevator games.
I
I
can't
feel
believe
like
you remember that. That's wild that you remember that. I make it memorable, that's for sure.
that's
Um, I
absolutely.
I would have liked to have congratulated you on your Rising Star award at the CCMAs, and you certainly dressed up for the occasion. I'll tell you that.
I really did. That was a $2.50 t-shirt I found at a thrift store, actually. I went all out, but I will say, I think that hat was like $100 US. So
Oh,
it
I'm
works
sure.
out. It balances it out.
No, I swear, because I follow you on Twitter and social media, you are the king of bad dad jokes and puns. You even dropped one in your acceptance speech. And I just was like, of course he did. Of course he did. A boner joke.
Yeah, I feel like, when you get a stage that's national, like a national stage like that, if you don't take the opportunity to make a boner joke, you've wasted your opportunity. Honestly, that to me might be the crowning jewel of my career. It's the cherry on top so far, anyway.
Now, I will say, Andrew, I kind of, when I saw you nominated in that category, which is amazing, I was like, you kind of been around the block a bit for Rising Star, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, when I was nominated for it, I kind of laughed. I called my team. I was like, should I even be in this category? Like, I've been around literally for 9 years. Like, this is 9 years. We've had multiple top tens, multiple top 15s. And I'm just like, what are we doing here? But I guess, their point was it's a 10-year game. So although people in the industry know who you are, you're still climbing as far as the general public. So this is a good look, and we're going to go for it. And I'm glad I didn't withdraw my name because I ended up winning. So
Yeah, exactly. Unbelievable. Well, you had like since I last saw you in 2019, I believe, there was an album, you got married, you did like an insane amount of festivals. And then as somebody that speaks for a living, you had a really crazy like vocal cord surgery or something.
yeah, so yeah, all of that. Number one, I do not suggest getting married while renovating the upstairs of your house. And needing to have a hard deadline on that while having the busiest tour season of your life. If you're going to do any of those things, do one at a time, maybe two, definitely not all three. I'm surprised we made it to the wedding, to be honest, just because it was a lot. It was, I don't think I slept for almost 4 months. It was just a mess. But we got it done. Wedding was beautiful. Renovations completely done. My upstairs is done now, which is an amazing feeling. And then just touring was awesome, being back out on the road. I feel like luckily I had 2 years of energy stored up
Yeah.
going into that. And then, yeah, I had a surgery to fix, I had been diagnosed with a thing called muscle tension dysphonia, which it's actually Devin Dawson just came out and
Yes.
announced that he's
Mm-hmm.
going through the same thing. So luckily, a lot of times they don't know what causes it. For me, I've had GERD and acid reflux issues since I was like 24. So I'd been on meds since 24. And when I saw a doctor, she had just said, the cause of the swelling and inflammation in one of your vocal cords not getting full closure is due to this. So they went in and it turns out I had no tension left in my esophageal muscle, esophageal valve. So they took a third of my stomach, wrapped it around my esophagus, stitched it up to make an hourglass shape, and it cured the reflux. But then it took, 3 months, 4 months to kind of be able to feel normal again as far as singing went. And then it took another year before I was out of my own head because
Yeah.
singing is such a mental game, as is any you know, anything you do that you do professionally. If you get in, they call it the yips. I had the yips really bad. So
The yips.
yeah, the pandemic was a good thing because I was able to build this studio in my basement and just kind of work at my own pace to sing this record. So
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, that's right. So now is it an EP, 4 Good Years?
yeah, I think it qualifies as an EP.
Okay.
Pardon me, because I believe it's 6 or 7 songs. So anything under 8, I think, is an EP.
And I mean, I love, storytelling in country. That's like why I love country music so much. But I love all the play on words, which again is the cover and the tires. It's tires and time. The anchor track is the title track. So
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about that, about the song.
Yeah. So this song, it really just caught me as the song. Like you said, it's the anchor track. As soon as the song was in, I was like, this is the song that I'm going to base the entire record around. This is the song that I want to use as the anchor track. I love, again, that imagery of 4 good years being tires and time throughout that song. And what I love most about country music, whether it's new school or traditional country music, is songs that take listeners by the hand and walk them through the story.
Yes.
And I really feel like that exists in this song, and it has that flip of tires and time where it has a duality that I love.
No, and I like love the logo because I was like, that's so cool. That's so cool. Very you. I feel like it's very you. And by the way, I'm just in the middle of my show. If I'm looking over here, it's because I'm like, I don't want the station to implode as we.
Yeah. No, you're okay. You're okay.
I've already talked on air during this. So what else can I do? What other button can I push? Well, so I guess the next question is like, what is next? I mean, do you think not that you're ungrateful because you're not, but you're doing a radio tour. Are you like hoping that this will maybe be like your last one? That maybe this will like launch you into the stratosphere? You know what I mean? Because we appreciate you doing this, of course. But yeah, it's a 10-year town,
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously Canada is a grind. There is no doubt. This week in Ontario alone, outside, if I would have had to come to you, I would have in the same day I would have done Gatineau to Windsor with 4 or 5 stations in between, and then worked my way back. Luckily, you canceled, so I just had to go to the lovely town of Chatham, Ontario, and then from there we went. Back to Toronto area. I worked around. I shot a video midweek, so it definitely is a grind. But I don't know. I love it. I just consider it part of the job, and I don't mind driving long hours and flying, and that stuff doesn't bother me. It's nice to see everybody in the industry right now. So, if this does launch me, then great. And if it doesn't, I'm happy to keep grinding. I live a pretty comfortable life that I have to be pretty grateful for. The fact that I get to play music and do it is amazing. So
I bet your wife is happy to have you home, but from the videos that you post on Instagram, she's probably like, go, can you go get out of my hair?
Yeah, usually it's like, okay, it's time for you to leave is kind of how she feels. And then when I'm gone, like, I'm gone 12 hours and she's like, I miss you.
Yeah, I'm sure. I love the wedding photos. I love like the leather jacket that she wore. Like it was your jacket, but cute, just lovely. All right up my alley. I loved it. So I guess what's on the 2023 docket? Are we going to have any Ticketmaster issues or?
Maybe not to the degree Taylor Swift does, but yeah, we're definitely going to be coming out. We're working on a fall tour, spring tour right now. I feel like I don't want to jinx myself. Anytime I've said that since 2019, I'm like, delay. But yeah, we've got some stuff coming up. I know this year I'm pretty much, once I leave again, this Sunday, I'm pretty much gone until the December, like 13th or 14th. I think I'm back on the 14th of December. And then I do an annual hometown acoustic show. It's kind of like a Nashville songwriter night. So that went up yesterday, and yeah, that's always a crazy day just because it's hometown. So it's like friends and,
yeah, nice. Well, but it fits the season too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Somewhere in there, we're going to record, we're going back down to Nashville. We're going to cut another, I think 4 songs. We've already got 2 in the bag. So yeah, that'll pretty much wrap up the next EP. And then in the new year, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Now, why is your home base Sudbury? Is it because of your wife? Like, why don't you guys go to Nashville?
Yeah, it's a mix of both. We were in Toronto, and we were paying some astronomical amount for, you know, 500 square feet of condo
Yeah.
and ready to kill
Yeah.
each other. So we bought a house here, and yeah, she owns two businesses here in town. So it's hard for us to move. Our deal is kind of like I'm allowed to travel with no end because of work. And our families are here. So it's kind of nice for her if I'm on the road. She has support, she has family here and all her friends. Whereas if we're in
Yeah, of course.
Nashville, she's got to rebuild the community, find a new job, all of that. But yeah, we are
Well,
looking right now to get a place down there, just because when I am back and forth, it's a little bit. It would honestly be cheaper for me to just have a condo down
yeah.
there.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, I find it interesting when people just country artists like they kind of stay close to home, which is great, which I love.
Yeah,
So I see Andrew Hyatt that you have a Christmas song.
yeah.
That's so you must be a Christmas freak. I am definitely a Christmas freak.
You know what? I'm actually not. So, it took me
Imposter.
Yeah, it took me years to release a Christmas song. I think this is year 4. But the label and the owner of the label loves Christmas music. They love doing a 604 Christmas record, and I kept saying no, no, no. And then the first year I was finally like, okay, I'm going to do one, because they were talking to me about the benefits of it and how, you record this music and then every year it just gets playlisted and played on radio, and they're like it's residual income, man. Like, you're missing out. I'm like, okay, so on that
Cool.
level, I was like, okay, let's do it. And then I started to like it. It started to grow on me like mold. I'm like, okay, every year I'll do another one and another one. And then this year, I've always felt like Christmas music is so repetitive, and it's just like the same thing. And it's like, here's the 100th rendition of this song I've heard a billion times. So I've always tried to do stuff a little bit different after the first year. And this year I wanted to write something that kind of summarized how I feel about Christmas, which is, you know, it's not about what you get. It's not about tangible things. It's just about moments with the people you love. So
Yep.
we wrote this year, and I'm really proud of this song, actually.
Yeah, it's called All We Need. So in honor of that, before I let you go, do your thing, we're gonna play a game.
All right,
And
let's do it.
the printer ran out of ink, so we're playing
Dashing through Merlot. I like it.
Dashing through Merlot. Okay, so basically, even if you don't drink, it's still gonna be fun. So just like someone who's tipsy and it's hard to understand what they're saying, I'm gonna read you're gonna read some words, and at
Okay.
first glance, it's not gonna make any sense at all. But when you
Okay.
say the phrase over and over again, you're gonna get it. Okay, so
All right, let's do this.
it's like Mad Gabs. I just stole it and changed the title.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's fine. That's fine. This is a totally original idea that we're doing for the first time ever.
exactly. Okay,
Yes. Halfum Eric Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas.
yeah, okay. You're good, sir. You're good. Let's
Ooh, I was worried.
on.
It's early for me. So,
Yeah, yeah. I got to get your thinking cap on.
milk and cookies.
Okay, well, you got to say it because you got to sound
Oh,
drunk.
okay. Milk and cookies. Milk and cookies.
You got it. That's the whole point. You're ruining.
Yeah,
You're ruining the game.
yeah.
You
I just
got.
knew it right away. I had to just say it.
Okay, I'll do 2 more.
Santat's word chop. Santa's workshop.
Wow, you're good. You're a wordsmith.
There it is.
And let's see if you can get the last one. We're playing. Where's my awful? Again, I ran out of ink. I had to print that picture of you with your outfit there. We're playing.
All the black, really, really. Dashing through Merlot.
That's right. Okay, so Dashing Through Merlot, that's what we're playing. And then the last one is...
Let's see here. Jaw led whole hand Rue Hyatt. Jolly old Andrew Hyatt.
Yes.
Nice. I was like, what is this? Oh, okay, got it. Yeah.
That's right. Well, I'm trying to think of what prize I can have for you. I was going to say maybe like a mix Christmas CD or something you can listen to on the road.
Nice. You know what? I would appreciate that level of effort. If somebody did that, I would find a way to listen on a CD player.
Yeah, like I know. Like that. That's old school when people are thinking about the mix CD. Well, when we're all, the next time you're in town, the door will be wide open, and hopefully I won't the flu or whatever the heck. My kids bring home the best germs, and I didn't want
Oh,
you to get them.
everybody I know who has kids right now is sick. I mean, everybody I know is sick. There's so many artists. The producer I'm working with, he's waiting on vocals from like 5 people right now, and he's like, "All of you are sick," and he's like, "It's driving me nuts because I can't keep working." So
I
it's
like that
kind of
we can
funny.
talk about being sick casually and not like it's 2020, where it's like,
Yeah, I've been through the ringer. I've had COVID a couple times. I'm just like, at this point,
yeah,
I'm good to go.
yeah. All right.
But
Well, Andrew, it's a pleasure again. I would love to, hook up again in person, and good luck with everything you got going on for the rest of 2022. Okay.
yeah, thank you so much, and have a Merry Christmas if I don't see you before then. And thanks for
Absolutely.
making time.
Enjoy all that Sudbury snow.
Yeah. Oh, it's the worst.
The worst. Oh my goodness.